Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Adam Victor. And Adam Victor writes, "Hey, John. So I come from a house divided. My wife does not like Star Trek Discovery, but I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's kind of like the John Campea Show house here. I think we need counseling. Anyway, they just announced that season 3 of the show will debut on October 15th and will run uninterrupted through all 13 episodes until its conclusion. I was a little worried the pandemic would delay it, but I'm glad to see it's coming. What are your thoughts? Thanks, and bring on the filthy." All right, thanks a lot, man, for bringing that up. And yes, Star Trek Discovery, much like your household, Adam, this household is a little bit divided here because Robert is not a big fan of Star Trek Discovery. I am a big fan of Star Trek Discovery. That is what it is. But I was like you in that I was thinking that the pandemic situation could very well lead to a delay. It could very well put us in a position where we're not going to actually get this season for a while, but apparently they got a whole lot done before the pandemic hit. And now we do have it coming out in October. If you are a fan of Star Trek Discovery, this is great news because we got this coming. If you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Agnostic on Star Trek Discovery, you've never seen it. Well, this is also good news because in this era of the pandemic, when we're kind of hurting for new and original content coming out, we got another season of a new original show. One of the things that I actually really quite liked about this announcement, Rob, was the fact, because this always drives me crazy. First of all, I don't like the fact, I'm not a fan of 10 episode seasons. I'm a fan of real full seasons, but being that as it may, that's a separate issue. I especially don't like when we get TV shows that are like 8 episodes, 10 episodes, 12 episodes that take like a 4-week break, even when the show's already so short. I like the fact that they said we are actually going to start this thing and it's going to run every week until it's done. This comes to us from Joe Blow, who writes, "Trekkies among you will be pleased to know that CBS All Access have announced that Star Trek Discovery's 3rd season will launch on the streaming service on October 15th, 2020. Mark your calendars." But this is the key part to me. Once the 13-episode season kicks off, it will air uninterrupted through its finale next year. I love that news. I love that. If you're going to have these short seasons things, that's fine. I like the idea of running these all the way through. But Rob, one of the other things that I noticed, you're talking about, we remember at the end of the last season that they ended up going to another place in time and all that kind of stuff. You know what it reminds me of? And I don't know if they're going to go in this direction or not. Do you remember that Kevin Sorbo sci-fi show Andromeda? Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Where basically he found himself out of time and decided it was his mission to reestablish, what was it, the Confederacy, the Alliance, whatever it was clearly a Star Trek ripoff, but whatever it is they called their thing. I get that feeling that might be the direction this season's going, and that wherever they are in time, they're going to reestablish the fact. I mean, I don't know. That's speculative. I just like the fact that they're going to be running this thing all the way through. Rob, as somebody who you're somebody that this show doesn't work for. What do you think about the news that they are going to be launching their season in October and it's going to be running uninterrupted? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's interesting because, they're going to have basically 23 weeks of uninterrupted Star Trek. They've got Star Trek Lower Decks starting, I believe, next week.
That looks horrible.
I know. But as a lifelong Star Trek fan, as much as it pains me to watch Kurtzman era Star Trek, I still watch it all. And, I think it's interesting. I'll be watching. I always go into every Star Trek episode with an open mind. I really do. But, I can't imagine this image you're showing right now. Is there anything more un-Star Trek than this? I mean, a bunch of revolutionaries, but whatever. I won't get into that.
They're explorers. They're in a different place and they're still holding up the ideals of the Federation. Yeah, that's as Star Trek as it gets, man.
I don't know, but we'll see. What's interesting is this does not have any international distribution yet. Star Trek Discovery, there's no Amazon, there's no Netflix distribution. It's only on CBS All Access, which means it's only available in North America. And that's really telling about the state of Star Trek, I think. But look, I hope it's good. I hope it's to me, it can only be an improvement. But I want it to be good. I hope it's good. And, they obviously spend a lot of money on this show. My objections are not to necessarily the production value. My objections are always to the writing. And maybe it will have improved this season.
Well, the question is for you guys. I keep hearing this loud noise. Anyway, the question for you guys then becomes, what do you think about this announcement? Star Trek Discovery is coming back. It is going to get its season going here, and it will run uninterrupted. Maybe you're not a Star Trek Discovery fan, and this means nothing. Maybe you're somebody like me, and you are a Star Trek Discovery fan, and this is very exciting. What do you guys think? Jump down in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.